Natasha Denona came out with new foundations. I can't tell you how excited I am for this foundation. I've literally been waiting for it to come in. I ordered it the moment I could get it. I'm a huge fan of Natasha Denona's eyeshadow formula and some of her other products. So when I seen she was coming out with a new foundation, I definitely had to get it to really put it to the test to see if it's really that girl. Now, with this foundation, she came out with 52 shades. 52 shades. 5'2". Natasha Denona, I absolutely love that. Thank you for being inclusive, because I don't know how some brands are still out here making only 32 shades. I don't know. Don't fight me. I'm just the messenger. Along with those 52 shades, this new foundation does cost $52. I know 52 is quite a lot, but that's why I'm here. We're going to see if it's worth the 52 coins. If you're new here, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you stay. My name is Bay, the MUA. I love to do product reviews and makeup tutorials. So if you haven't subscribed already or checked out any of my other content, definitely subscribe. Leave me some comments. I love to get to my comments. And turn on your notification bells. That way you know when I drop another video. Anyway, let's get into this foundation. Hey babes, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing absolutely amazing. I am super excited for this foundation. I don't know, I feel like it's going to be a great fit. I feel like it's going to be a great match. And y'all might be asking, well, babe, you got 2 different shades. Well, girl, they weren't available in store. So I basically had to pray and just hope we got the right shade. Out of one of the 2, hopefully we did. I picked up the shades NP14 and P10. Just from looking at the swatches on top, it may be a little too warm. We'll see. I just went with the best options I thought, going based off what was available online, such as the pictures and the swatches and things like that. Y'all know it's a complete gamble. We did our best. Before we get into all that, can we get into the packaging? Because why is the packaging giving Hyglam? That reflective, kind of like retro, I don't know. It just looks super cute to me. Love, love, love this packaging. Okay, I know y'all are like, babe, girl, let's go ahead and get into it. We're about to get into it, but don't rush me. Have some decorum. Just to give y'all a few details about this foundation, on the box, it says this is a hydrating and blurring Longwear Radiant Serum Foundation. We love a foundation that's going to give us some really good skincare benefits. That's basically what I'm getting from it. With that long wear, so hopefully we're getting a good 8 hours in of this foundation. It's supposed to be blurring. We definitely love a blurring foundation. It basically needs to give filter. This foundation is also radiant and hydrating, so hopefully it gives us a nice finish, like not too glowy, not too dewy, but maybe a nice natural glowy finish. That's my hopes for it. Let's really see what this component is giving. It is so adorable. I absolutely love it. You do get a pump. So for $52, you're getting 30 mLs of product. Natasha, we can talk about the price later. As I took it out of the box, it actually doesn't even look that warm. I think we may have gotten a really good shade. When it comes to my foundations, I normally run neutral warm or neutral golden. Y'all know how it is when searching for a foundation. You're not going to be the same undertone in every single brand. So you do have to be a little bit optimistic. So this one is P10, which is for deep peach. And then the next one that I got is in the shade NP14. So this one stands for dark neutral, which I just told y'all I am normally neutral warm, neutral golden. So I do have really good high hopes for this one. Let's open her up. So that's how this one is looking outside of the component. Comparing it to the swatch on the box, I think the swatches can be a little bit deceiving. As we compare the 2 shades, you can see that this one is a little bit more warm. This is the peachy one, and this one is the neutral one. The neutral one looks like it might be a little bit too light. All right, let's go ahead and prep. Let's get in the lab and let's see what these foundations are looking like. I do want to give these foundations the best chance possible. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to prep my face using my favorite products. I'm oily in the T-zone, so I need something to really help control those oils. I'm going to use my favorite color corrector and such. Really quick, we're going to go through all of that. Like I said, I really just want to make sure that I'm giving this foundation the best chance. Starting off strong, I'm going to go in with the One Size Oil Sucker to really help control my oils. It's still super early in the day, so I will be able to do a good wear test with this foundation. I have seen some individuals use this primer all over the face, but personally for me, I only like to spot treat. So I put it in my most oiliest areas just so it mattifies it down. I love Patrick so much for making this product for the oily girls. I'm going to put a little bit down this way as well because my oils do like to pile up in that area. Instant Matte, this product is absolutely amazing. It's definitely like a holy grail for me if I know I'm going to be out for an extended amount of time and I need for my makeup to last. I'm always going to make sure I use this. This will definitely stay in the makeup kit. Next, going in with the Natasha Denona Yummy Blurring Balm. With this one, I do put this one all over the face, besides in the area that I just sat, which is like directly on the nose. This is a go-to. It is a must if I know I'm going to be out for an extended amount of time and I really want my makeup to last. It helps with oil control, sweat, and it definitely gives you such a nice blur while also giving you a nice glowy finish. Now this one is the regular universal one. She has made a regular universal radiant. I do have that one too if I'm trying to look extra glowy. I'm going to use this Morphe V100 brush just to swirl into this product. This is my favorite brush to use for this primer only. Just going to avoid the nose area and just go everywhere else. So now we're done. We put this on and I just love the way that it gives you that nice glow from within. Super amazing primer. If you have not yet tried out the Natasha Denona Blurring Balm, I highly recommend it. Now I'm gonna go in with my color corrector from Huda Beauty. This is my favorite color corrector to use because it just melts into the skin super good. Gives you a nice coverage without you looking too orange. I've tried a few color correctors that were just way too orange, almost as if they only put orange pigment in the formula. Whereas Huda Beauty actually gave us some undertones. She formulated this beautifully for all skin tones. And she came out with a few different shades ranging from very peachy for the more light skin tones into like a deeper red for the darker skin tones. I love that for us, Huda. Thank you, boo. While I'm putting this on, I do want to add in the fact that the Sephora app is currently showing only 35 shades of the Natasha Denona foundation, whereas if you go on Ulta you will be able to see all 52 shades. So if you want the larger shade range, you definitely want to look at Ulta, but if you prefer Sephora, which I do, definitely make sure you check and make sure they have your shade. I'm going to take this BK Beauty N17 brush just to tap all of this color corrector into the skin. And while we're at it, can we talk about how Huda Beauty came out with new components for the color correctors and the concealers? Just look at how it gives you that nice coverage and a cute little blur. Y'all know Huda is known for the blur. This is just my favorite color corrector because of the way that it performs. It always does me just right. It literally just blends into the skin. To further enforce the color corrector and set it in place, just to help it not mix with the foundation, I'm going to use the One Size Rich Peach setting powder. This setting powder is absolutely amazing and it gives you a beautiful blur. And like I said, just those peachy tones really just help enforce the color corrector, so we're just setting it in place. Also, while doing this method, I found that I use less foundation. With a $52 foundation, we definitely want to get all our coins worth. See the way that that powder with the color corrector, how it's just giving you a ultimate blur. Definitely my favorite combo for color correcting for sure. Let's really get into this foundation. So between the two, I do want to do a swatch of both just to see which one's going to be better. I probably should have did that before I did all of the color corrector and everything. To start off, I'm going to use P10 first. After pumping out the foundation, it's not super thick, but it's not extremely runny either. I feel like it has a really nice consistency, especially being that this is supposed to be a medium buildable coverage foundation. Using the best foundation brush on the planet, this is the Makeup by Mario dual-ended foundation and face brush. Get into it and see what this is going to give. Blending it out on the pan, it does look like it might be a little bit too warm, but we do need to put this on the skin to really see what it's going to give. Let's do that first swatch. Just from the swatch alone, it doesn't look too bad. It does look a little bit too warm, but of course we do need to blend it out just to see. So let's blend it out. After blending it out, honestly, I'm not mad at it. It looks really good and it's definitely super blurring. It does pull a little bit warm. I still think I can definitely make this work. I only put it on one half of my face. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I would say it kind of goes hand in hand with like the new Benefit foundation. When I tried that foundation out too, it was pulling a little bit too warm, but of course with that foundation, I definitely was able to make it work. Of course, with a little bit of concealer, bronzer, it would definitely come together. Still might want to go look into some other shades. So I might end up sending these back just so I can find a better shade. But I definitely still want to see what this other shade is giving. So not me getting the bottles mixed up. So the shade that I put on is actually P10, which I think I said that, but this one is actually the deep peach shade. So being it's that deep peach shade, I can definitely understand why it's a little bit warm. So now let's do NP14, which is the shade for dark neutral. I don't know how I just come about doing that. That's just being realistic when it comes to doing makeup, filming content, and things like that. There's a chance that you're going to get a little bit of a mix up. I'm going to get out a few pumps of this one as well, and I'm going to use another foundation brush. I can definitely see this one is going to be a little bit too light, but let's just put it on the skin anyway just to see what it's going to look like. I'm just going to blend it out using that same brush. It's definitely a little too light. I always try to get something a little bit closer like my neck color. But then again, I also try to take into consideration that my body is not my neck color. My neck has always been a little bit darker than the rest of my body. But between the two sides, I feel like personally for me to feel comfortable, I would end up going with this side rather than this side. I feel like this is a little bit too light. Regardless, I do think that it looks super good. You get a nice natural glow, but it's not dewy either. Like once you set your face with powder and do the rest of your makeup, everything would really come together well. Sitting on top of those primers beautifully, it sat on top of the color corrector beautifully. Everything looks amazing. Like I'm definitely going to be looking for my correct shade in this because I think this is going to be phenomenal. I'm going to take off this side of makeup and just do this side. I'll be back and show y'all the final results. Okay, so I'm back and this is everything applied, and y'all, this literally looks phenomenal. I was a little worried about the shade at first, but once we put everything on, it honestly looks super good. The finish is giving exactly like I thought it would. It's giving that natural glow. It's not matte, it's not dewy, but it's giving you that glow from within. The foundation feels super lightweight, like basically skin. Natasha definitely ate this foundation up. Do I think it's worth the 52 coins? I definitely wouldn't say this is something that I would say you need to run and go get. I just feel like $52 is a lot of money for foundation. But just to run y'all through a few of the products that I used on my face today. So for concealer, I used the Too Faced concealer. Gives you that coverage, blends out beautifully. Honestly, this isn't even concealer. This has to be a foundation, just in a smaller bottle. It is that good. It's definitely one of my favorite concealers. I used the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Flush. This is just her cream to powder formula blush, and it definitely gives that super cute, pretty pink color. I used this during the cream or liquid process, and then I used it right on top of my powders, and it did not disturb any of the makeup. Just a cute little tip. I also used the Natasha Denona Mini Bronze Palette for the lids, and it turned out beautifully. This is what I fell in love with Natasha Denona for. Her eyeshadow formulas are a 10 out of 10 for me. They blend out beautifully. The shimmers, the pigments, everything is amazing. And I just love these little mini components. They're absolutely perfect if you're on the go. As a makeup artist, I absolutely love that. I use the Laura Mercier setting powder in the shade Translucent Honey. I just started using the setting powder like 2 weeks ago, and I have yet to put it down. The way that it sets my under eyes is literally magic. It gives such a beautiful finish, and it's nice and blurred. It doesn't feel heavy, doesn't look cakey. It literally looks amazing. So if you haven't tried out the Laura Mercier setting powder, I highly recommend it. She's literally that girl. I also use the ABH cream bronzer in the shade Hazelnut. I've had this bronzer for a while. I love it. It's amazing. I use it as a bronzer, contour kind of thing. Just adds that dimension back to the skin. One of my favorites. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. I'm not too sure how old, but I know she's an oldie. Powder bronzer, I use this Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. It's her Airbrushed bronzer in the shade 4. Charlotte only has 4 shades of bronzer, and this is the deepest shade, but it definitely has to be one of my favorite bronzers to use because of that airbrush finish. Definitely go ahead and get this one. Go ahead and get it in the biggest size. You get the little one, you're literally doing yourself a disservice. You are going to fall in love with this bronzer. Personally, I think she's worth the coins. All over the face, I use this Fenty setting powder in the shade Nutmeg. I've had this setting powder since I first started doing makeup. It is very dear to me. She's been doing me wonders, and I don't really like to use it up under my eyes or in my concealer areas, but I do like to use it everywhere else, and it just gives a nice finish. It's just definitely one of my favorites for an all over face powder. Riri definitely did her big ones. This combo always has my makeup locked in for 8 hours plus. Like I said, I did want to give this foundation the best chance possible. I go in with the Morphe Continuous Mist. Only the black can. I don't like any of the other ones. this is the only one that'll do. What this one is going to do is going to help melt all of those products and all of that powder together. That way we're looking really blended. Then I go in with the One Size Until Dawn. If you're an oily individual, combination skin, or you just don't want your makeup to go anywhere, you definitely want to seal it in with this one. This is my holy grail. I will always purchase this. Cannot run out of this stuff because it is just so good. One Size just changed up the game when they came out with that setting spray. All right, babes, I'm gonna head out for the day. I do want to thank y'all so much for watching this video. It was super fun. I was so glad to be able to get this foundation as quickly as I did so I can give it a try and let all the babes know how it is. For me personally, I definitely think I'm obsessed with this foundation. I can definitely see myself purchasing this foundation on those days where I feel like I deserve a little treat, because she is a pricey girl. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give me a like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I love to get to my comments, y'all. I cannot stress that enough. It's unrealistic to get to all of them, but I definitely try. Give me a follow on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok if you haven't already. Everything should be linked in my link tree, which is located in my bio. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video.